The Enchanted Quill's Magical Tales. In a quiet corner of a bustling city, there stood a quaint little bookstore named Aurora's Attic. It was a shop unlike any other, filled with dusty tomes, antique maps, and shelves that seemed to stretch into eternity. But what truly set this bookstore apart was a single, unassuming quill. The quill was perched on a dusty, forgotten shelf in the farthest corner of the store. Its feathers were a lustrous shade of midnight blue, and its inkwell gleamed with an otherworldly iridescence. This quill was no ordinary writing instrument. It was said to be enchanted, possessing the power to bring stories to life. Aurora, the kind-hearted owner of the bookstore, had always been fascinated by the quill's legend. She had heard tales of how it had been crafted by a reclusive sorcerer centuries ago, a quill infused with the magic of imagination. It was said that anyone who used the quill to write would see their words come to life before their eyes. One quiet afternoon, as the sun streamed through the dusty windows, a young aspiring writer named Lila stumbled upon Aurora's attic. Lila had always dreamed of becoming a renowned author, but her words seemed to escape her whenever she put pen to paper. She was desperate for inspiration. Aurora, ever the observant shopkeeper, noticed the lost look in Lila's eyes and approached her. Lila confessed her dream of becoming a writer and her struggle to find her voice. Aurora smiled warmly and led Lila to the enchanted quill. With a gentle touch, Lila picked up the quill and dipped it into the iridescent ink. She began to write, her words flowing effortlessly onto the parchment. To her amazement, the story she had envisioned in her mind began to materialize right before her eyes. As she continued to write, the characters she had created stepped off the page and into the bookstore. A mischievous imp danced on the shelves, a gallant knight strode across the floor, and a graceful fairy flitted through the air. Aurora's attic was transformed into a world of wonder and enchantment. Lila's story unfolded with each stroke of the quill, and she found herself immersed in an adventure of her own making. The characters, now her companions, laughed and cried, and together they faced challenges and discovered hidden treasures. Days turned into weeks, and Lila's tale grew into an epic adventure that enchanted everyone who entered the bookstore. Word of the enchanted quill and its magical tales spread throughout the city, drawing people from all walks of life to Aurora's attic. But as Lila's story neared its climax, she faced a difficult choice. She could continue to write and live within her enchanting world, or she could complete her story and return to the ordinary life she had known before. With a heavy heart, Lila made her decision. She wrote the final words of her tale, bidding farewell to the characters who had become her friends and the world she had created. As her pen touched the parchment one last time, the enchantment lifted, and the characters returned to the pages of her book. Aurora's attic once again became a quiet corner of a bustling city, but it was forever changed. The enchanted quill had granted Lila the inspiration she had sought, but it had also taught her that the magic of storytelling came from within. And so, with newfound confidence, Lila left the bookstore, ready to embark on her next adventure, writing her own stories. As for the enchanted quill, it remained in its corner, waiting for the next aspiring writer to discover its magic and create their own tales of wonder and enchantment. Mysteries of the Celestial Archive. In the heart of an ancient forest, far removed from the clamor of the modern world, there stood an extraordinary library known as the Celestial Archive. This library, hidden deep within the towering trees and tangled vines, held secrets that transcended time and space. The Celestial Archive was not an ordinary library, it was a repository of cosmic knowledge. Its shelves held books, or rather, ethereal volumes filled with the wisdom of the universe. Each book contained the musings of distant galaxies, the whispers of long-extinct civilizations, and the secrets of celestial phenomena. Evelyn, an intrepid explorer with a thirst for knowledge, had heard rumors of the Celestial Archive during her travels. She had spent years deciphering ancient maps, consulting cryptic texts, and following the guidance of mysterious sages to locate this fabled repository. One fateful day, as beams of golden sunlight pierced the forest canopy, Evelyn stood before the concealed entrance to the Celestial Archive. The library seemed to beckon her, its presence pulsating with an otherworldly energy. As she stepped inside, Evelyn was greeted by a breathtaking sight. The library's interior was a vast chamber bathed in a soft, celestial glow. Bookshelves reached to towering heights, and spectral orbs of light danced among the shelves, illuminating the ancient tomes that lined them. Evelyn approached a shelf at random and selected a shimmering volume. Its pages were filled with symbols and diagrams that seemed to shift and rearrange themselves as she gazed upon them. With trembling hands, she began to decipher the enigmatic text. As she read, Evelyn's consciousness expanded beyond the boundaries of her physical form. She traversed the cosmos, witnessing the birth of stars, the collision of galaxies, and the rise and fall of civilizations on distant planets. She unraveled the secrets of time dilation and the curvature of space. Hours turned into days, and days into weeks as Evelyn delved deeper into the boundless knowledge of the Celestial Archive. She began to lose track of time, for in this place, time itself was a fluid concept. One day, while studying a particularly ancient volume, Evelyn stumbled upon a revelation that shook her to her core. She learned of an impending cosmic event, a cataclysmic anomaly that threatened to disrupt the balance of the universe. The knowledge weighed heavily on her shoulders, and she knew that she must act to prevent this catastrophe. With newfound determination, Evelyn emerged from the Celestial Archive, her mind brimming with insights and her heart set on a mission to save the cosmos. She had unlocked the mysteries of the celestial knowledge, but she also bore the responsibility to safeguard it. Returning to the world outside the forest, Evelyn embarked on a journey to gather a group of brilliant minds and cosmic explorers. Together, they would unravel the celestial anomaly and restore equilibrium to the universe. The Celestial Archive remained hidden in its ancient forest, waiting patiently for the next curious soul to discover its mysteries. For within its ethereal pages lay the wisdom of the cosmos, a knowledge that could shape the destiny of worlds and guide the course of the stars. And so, the Celestial Archive continued to watch over the secrets of the universe, a silent guardian of celestial wisdom, ready to reveal its mysteries to those who dared to seek its cosmic knowledge.